I was saying, my updates be ever a year mixing a containers and all. Oko a year the presidency here. Deputy Director of Operations a Mustafa Bandi. Watchor assembly and I say waka or release assembly to the national security. Na nyina enkombisi no e GM Bakojo uko Facebook walls na GM Bakojo eba ne update dia GM Bakojo obona homodi nti ho ene ye source obiaka se krachi ensem efi uko GM Bakojo a ho na onsabe kadwumadi or post 52 minutes ni na nyina ne say making can script na na screen no say ECG missing containers, that's the topic. Was it Deputy of Operations at the Presidency Mustafa Foyu Bandi is calling on the national security to immediately arrest one Honorable Mighty Upoku Prempe, former Minister of Energy, and Mr. Dubik Mahama, former MD of ECG, because they were all aware of what was happening at the airport. And you know, Osheman, a year deputy of operation at the presidency, Mustafa Bandi, after national security, and as a one man instruction, as others with immediate effect, Omonchi Honorable Mighty Upoku Prempe, who is a current, just recently passed a year former Minister of Energy. Omonchi Dubik Mahama, on a former EC board chairman. Afenyo Markins. Na omonchi Afenyo Markins, Alexander Afenyo Markins, ono so ECG board chairman, any Dubik Mahama, MD of Electricity Company of Ghana. Na that screen so ye be room e wo Solomon owusu na yakoti nsembia all confessa ECG missing containers because instruction we na national security enya omode kwacha omo no and as a warrant deputy of operations at the presidency Mustafa Ediama the warrant or the amount the national security. So Omunkoche Afenyo Markets, Honorable Upoku Prempe and Dubik Mahama, because they were the recent past executives are no muda ECG Nanwa is a winning by stay tuned.
And instead generating the power is receiving a same amount as the company collecting the revenue. Now the company collecting the revenue for ECG actually took more money than we power authority. That is the stake or the status of ECG. Now it is also a common practice or is a known fact that ECG, every procurement that takes place there is inflated by 150%. So for instance, water that you buy it at 1 cedi, if ECG is going to buy, they will sell it 2 cedi 50 pesos. That is the ECG for you. Now, if you import a car into this country, it means you really need a car. And so before you do the importation, you would have prepared yourself for port duties. How come ECG import cables and they allow it just to sit at the port? The only conclusion that one can draw is that ECG at the time of ordering for these or purchasing these products did not need them, but because people want to take advantage of the country, well, it's through procurement that they make their money anyway. They must buy by all means. So they were buying. Whether or not they needed it, they had to buy. And it's so sad when you read some of the stories and you look at how people are struggling in this country. I'm telling you today, people cannot meet or have 3 square meals, even 2. It's so difficult. But we entrust our destinies into the hands of people to go and serve us better, and this is the outcome. And that is why Afenyo, I don't take him serious. I don't know who takes him serious. You must understand that we are in a serious democracy. People are thinking about how to go to the moon. We cannot deal with the fundamentals. If we cannot deal with fundamentals like clearing of goods at the port, then what complex situations can you deal with? But now, if we were in a serious country, he would have been hauled before the security agent, together with the former managing director and so on and so forth. Yeah. That he resigned on personal reasons. What are you talking about? In your absence, these are the things that are happening. The former board chair, Kalika Debobana, must be answering questions. But it exposes the weakness in this administration. I'm telling you, people seem not to be interested in going after those that have stolen our money. And once you make that determination that you don't want to go for those that have stolen from us, it means you yourself you want to steal. That is the only conclusion. Other than that, clear cut issues.
So obvious.
So obvious.
Yeah.
ECG, so obvious. National service, so obvious. The banking sector cleanup. Look, in the case of the banking sector cleanup, people actually inflated the numbers. Those that did not have savings, investment there, they created pseudo-names and went for our money. All these things they know, but people are keeping quiet. You remember the case of Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing? What's the name of that woman? Former NDC woman who crossed carpet. Frances Essien.
And the guy who died, Sydney Kesi Hereford.
All these matters are there.
But wait, if a man dies, can his cells be visited?
We can visit you on
the estate.
Yes.
Okay, very well. So Occupy Ghana, please find a suit to get Sydney.
That's
the Hereford. He's your colleague.
You see, so it's not as though we don't know what has happened in this country. We all live in this country. And that is why we must not expend all our energy. What has happened at the National Security Bureau is a tip of the iceberg. It's the least of the cases. $7 million. If it was about $7 million, we go and sleep. We are talking about a country where this Nana Akufo-Addo took when he took over the reins of governance, the debt was about 122 billion. It's now hovering around 742 or 49 billion. And we don't have tangibles to show for. We have SkyTrain, $2 million that is right in our faces.
Yeah.
But people are behind the scenes begging. They are using powerful men and women. And that is why any politician that visits churches and mosques, I have an issue. You don't understand me. You see, when you allow people to start praying for you, you are indebted to them. You see them as your God. And the businessmen also use them to achieve their purpose. Because when there is an issue, all that they do is that they go to these pastors and imams.
They are chieftains.
Chieftains, absolutely. In fact, they are the biggest culprit in this. They will call, oh, he's my son, my this. And you know very well that you went to him during campaign. So how can you refuse his request? And that is why we can't deal with issues of corruption. Either that all the sector, does it not strike you that all the state-owned enterprises are owing?
Yeah, they've made losses, they are indebted.
So why? Thunder Talk, buy and sell, cocoa board. Just go and buy cocoa and sell. We are owing 32 billion. Electricity Company of Ghana, we do prepaid. I give my money in advance.
Yeah.
But they will be in debt because people over there have decided deliberately to shortchange this country. And nobody will do them anything. But as of now, the way and manner they are going about this, I have no confidence that these people can deal with corruption. Read my lips. A year by now, you will come here and you give me my stone. Take it from me.
That is, if nobody stops the system from working, people ask.
But why does somebody, you see, they can disagree. I voted for you to take actions.
Yes. So
as of now, the president, if you read Article 58 or so 57, he is the commander-in-chief, the head of state, and the head of government business. There is no way in the constitution that he shares his power or powers with anybody.
Not the CSOs either.
But the CSOs,
can we tell them to stop making? We didn't vote for them.
But who is that CSO to come and speak? They are speaking like you are speaking. Who are they? The CSOs, didn't they speak that Dampare must be at post? Is Dampare there?
No.
Do they even have any credibility? Can you imagine? You call them CSOs? I call them political appendages. They are there to do politics.
They are political appendages. They are.
So why must you give them credit? You understand? So if you are president and you are not performing, it is not because some CSOs are talking. After all, nobody can gag anybody from speaking. All of us are going to speak. But remember, we gave you that mandate. Like you said, people are partying. They are flaunting their wealth in our faces. You have someone who is supposed to come and answer questions, the agency that is responsible for doing that. And I agree he will do that, because right in your studio here, when he started that, I told you, when you were on the street, you know that it's a game they are playing with us. Say that, have you heard any matter about Kenneth Furata? He's writing letters to the people of Ghana. But someone just told a plantain because he was angry in this country, because these people did not manage their resources well. He's in someone.
A foul.
A foul. Someone took just one roll of herb. He's already in there.
To relieve
the churches because of the problems these people have created. He is in his home. But these people have taken billion. They are now fighting. Now it tells us that the laws of this land only respects.
And that's why we must reset the judiciary as well. Because at the end of the day,
I don't have any problem if anybody is not behaving well. You understand? So clearly, if there is a political will to deal with this matter, in less than a year, the system will be corrected. I'm telling you. And it is across board. Hey, you go to our Greek ministry, rot, education, rot. As for education ministry, people are just using money to buy minister buying cars for their girlfriends, Land Cruisers and so on. All these things are there.
So kindly share with us which of the
we have shared everything with them. If I tell you I go and change the name, I have shared it with the appropriate security authorities.
Very well.
They know it, but some of them are culpable. The money that you were, when you were in the opposition, you were taking from them. Did you ask them where they were getting it from? That is why you can't act.
Yeah.
Very well.
They can't act. But tell the people of this country, this is your land. You pay taxes. You must begin to push them. Bring up the fire. When you vote for someone, don't sit somewhere and think that the person will do what is right. You must continue with the pace, that pressure that you poured, the energy that you expected in campaigning for them to come to power. Use the same energy to make sure that they do what is right. Other than that, you that is living in Baku, in my village and Bonya, here and there, nobody is thinking about you. They will share all the booties in Accra and build all the nice cities, the nice buildings. And tomorrow they come and tell you and me are kids that their parents were smarter than us, because they were able to steal, loot more than you and I. And so the state must act. The ECG, if for nothing at all, there must be a thorough overhaul of that institution. There must be a massive overhaul. Not just there. You go to VRA, you go to Greek, there must be total overhaul of these places. And that is why I disagree with your government when the issue of gold board. The same thing we are creating. Tomorrow, it will come back to hunters. You are telling that the state-owned institutions are incurring debt, yet you are creating more. To come and do what? Hey, Ghana. I see something when I read some of the stories, I get shy. Is it the country I'm coming from? Because it doesn't add up. Sense. It does not. Now Chinese, you have arrested Chinese that they were the ones buying ECG. By now, you think a Ghanaian can go to China and be doing this?
What?
We have an economy that has been taken over by foreigners. Me sitting here, can you imagine? I was looking for a contract in the last administration. An Indian man was the one that wanted to lead me. I looked at it and said, I'm not interested. That I will sit in my own country as a bona fide national of this country, and a foreigner will be the one to lead me to get. I told him that if this is the only money I'll get in my life, I'm not interested. That day I went to say, this country is sold.
What?
This country is sold. Have you asked yourself why Ghanaian businesses do not thrive, but Indians, Chinese, and all those businesses are thriving here? It's a national security concern. If your countrymen and women are not thriving in the business sense, you don't have any country. Now every Ghanaian, most of us are living outside, suburbans, and the city center. Go to Osu in the evenings, and I'm telling you, 8 out of every 10 people you meet are foreigners. Where are the Ghanaians? Which country do you have? And that is why you must be serious with dealing with issues of corruption, so that we can redistribute the wealth of this country to benefit the Ghanaian people. Not for the few. Not for the few rich. You know, a And the reason why some of us also disagree with Speaker that he must not be entertaining in some of these galamsey things is that recently parliamentarians went and destroyed tables and chairs. Well, you know, in this country. Well, did you not set up a committee? What has been the outcome of that committee? Even your nose, your right, what you watch on TV, you cannot bring a report to punish people. How much more galamsey? When you do that, that means you want to sit on it. And we are not going to allow anybody. Look.
Please remind us, was Afenyo part of that thing?
He was part of it.
How did it end?
Anyway.
No. You remember they stampeded the process, they boycotted the process, and then they distracted the process.
Yes, but at the end of it, you have majority in parliament.
And I'm saying that that's exactly the same thing Afenyo is doing with this matter.
But why not you allow Afenyo? Why would you?
Afenyo must be arrested. Look, Ghanaians.
But you see, you done it. Now you cannot be speaking like me in opposition. Now you have the power. It is no more like speaking like an opposition. Now you must act. Between me and Doc, we can say must be arrested. But you that is in power must say we have arrested.
Yeah, but at least he agrees that. I mean,
I know he would have.
Yeah.
I know, you know the reason why I'm saying that, because he did not go for monies from them in opposition. But the problem is that those that are supposed to act, their hands are not clean.
Yeah.
So you can cry all night, nothing will happen. As we speak, they are even doing business with them. From God, they are doing business with those that you think that they are pursuing. They are doing business with them. So, my dear Ghanaians, fellow Ghanaians, begin to act. Get the person that you voted for to be acting on your stead. That you voted, you know, the president has given 3 speeches. The inaugural speech. The only thing that attracted applause was when he spoke about accountability. At the State of the Nation, when he spoke about accountability, he received the applause. At the economic dialogue, when he spoke about accountability, he received the applause. Yeah. What it means is that the Ghanaian feels we have been shortchanged. Go for our money for it. For me, I'm not interested in putting people in jail or whatever. Go and take our money.
The money, recover the loot. Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Solomon. So I read a few messages, then I come to Dr. Marzouk. Bless Ghanaians are suffering from the mess the MPP created, brought onto us. The AG is too slow for my liking in handling the oral cases. AG, wake up. Stephen from Kwabinya. Thank you, Stephen, for your message. The former president, Akufo-Addo, must be arrested immediately. How can he watch over his people to loot this country for 8 good years? Okay, you didn't tell me your name and where you sent your message from. Good morning. In fact, your panelist, Prince, is speaking the facts of the loot of the MPP. My BP is very high. The country is damaged too much. A thief having rights has to be tried. Ghana, FGM feels as the last option is evident. Francis Javier from Laura. Thank you, Francis. Berka de Sanla to the red-capped Dr. Marzouk. Hey, but has the Prince of La converted into Islam now? This wonderful Salah energy, Pastor Solomon's movement. All right.
They have not been able to prevent the crime, but have not benefited from the crime. That becomes incompetency. If they have not benefited from the crime, but have not been able to put in place measures to check the crime, that becomes irresponsibility. And if they have benefited from the crime and have allowed the crime to exist or to occur, that is complete complicity. And for that reason, they must be held responsible. That they must be held responsible. All of them must have a question to answer. And therefore, it is up to the Attorney General. When you even commend the Attorney General for updating, I won't be charitable to him. I will not commend him just because I see whatever he's doing as the trial of cases in the court of public opinion. I want him to go to court. The criminality must be tried in a court of competent jurisdiction. We are not interested in the trial in the court of public opinion. We are not interested in that. I'm telling you, I won't commend him for whatever he's doing.
Trials, updates.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that whatever he does, in my estimation, amounts to the trial in the court of public opinion.
You don't want to know what's going on.
He should go to court. He should tell us that he's doing it in court. We want him to try the cases in court.
In whose court?
In the court of public jurisdiction.
No.
In the court of public jurisdiction.
Headed by who? Get Ritokono's court.
Oh, I haven't mentioned his name.
By whose court? Those are not